first thing we want to say, man, thank you for coming with what I'm going to wear. We will introduce you to the crowd, man. We could say many things about this person here. We could say uh, from being entrepreneur, businessman, uh, clothing brand, anything you could think of. But before everything else, he was an athlete. And before he was DJ Smooth, he was Journey Williams. Welcome.
Man, welcome, man. I appreciate y'all having me on here, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, man, Jeremy, or you want me to call you Jeremy DJ Smooth?
It don't matter for you know me from the jump. You been knowing me from the jump, so yeah, it don't matter.
You gotta make sure, man. You gotta make sure. Man, what was your first time playing just any organized sport? What age and things like that?
Man, my first time playing any organized sport was like 5. I was like 8, probably like 8 or 9.
What sport was it?
Football. I played for the Whitehaven Saints. I ain't gonna lie, I quit though. I was a little chubby kid though, you know what I'm saying? I was a chubby kid and I ain't want to do the work at that time. Like I ain't really know what it was about. You know, my parents, they really didn't force me into sports.
Mm-hmm.
So like shit, I went and if anybody know the Whitehaven Saints, we had to run the hills. And I came home, I said, look, I don't want to do this shit no more. I ain't gonna lie. So he let me come to it on my own, but I ended up eventually going back to the sport for sure.
Okay. What age did you go back to the sport?
Man, when I was in middle school, that's when I started going back to the sport, like 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade.
5th, 6th grade. What middle school you went to?
John P. John P, man. Option school.
So how was the experience of coming back after not playing football after so long?
Man, just knowing that I was behind because, like, if anybody played football, they probably played from, like, Pee Wee, you know what I'm saying? They came up, and, like, a lot of folks around me, like, they knew each other. Like, even if they went to different schools, like, they already knew each other because they played Pee Wee against each other. So that was not my kind of, like, disadvantage. Like, I'm just coming back into this sport, and shit, I really just come back because, like, you know, we playing throwback tackle every day. Like, it just made sense for me to, like, play football, too, because, like, we doing this shit outside, might as well do this shit on the field.
Understand. So you played from basically your whole middle school career from 6th grade to all the way to the 8th grade?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You played any other sports outside of football during that time?
I played baseball at John P. Yeah, I played baseball.
Was you good at baseball?
I ain't gonna lie, I was straight at baseball. I was straight. My dad played in the minor leagues and shit, so I had a little swing to my hand. But I feel like that's when I realized I definitely had to choose. You know what I'm saying? Like at the early, I'm like, let me choose because I'm already behind at 1, so I gotta like really focus. So if I want to catch up, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
Gotcha. So after middle school, you decided to go to Whitehaven High School. What was the decision to go to Whitehaven?
Man, my whole family went to Whitehaven. Like my mama, my sisters, I went to Whitehaven. Whitehaven was just like one of the best programs in the state at the time. So, like it was like a no-brainer. It's a school, you know what I'm saying, a neighborhood. So it was a no-brainer just for me to just go ahead and go to Whitehaven.
I got you. Man, I know going to Whitehaven is a challenge. It's a real challenge for most people because it's a lot of talent. In your case, where you was a good football player, but it was so much talent around that you didn't get your fair opportunity. Do you ever feel as if you would have went to another school, let's say, for example, like I tell people this, because Whitehaven's so different. Bill Bray. So, you know, Bill Bray left Whitehaven after his junior year, senior year, went to Oak Haven, and went to college, played ball, and graduated everything. Cause I tell people this, if Bill Bray would have stayed his senior year at Whitehaven, it's a possibility he wouldn't be playing. Not because he's not a good player, but it was just so much talent around. What was your factor? Because I believe if you would have left and went to another school, that they were like, oh, we're going to play him. But what was the reason that you stayed at Whitehaven even though you wasn't getting your fair opportunity like everybody else?
Man, like, just coming in, like, just knowing I was behind, like, I ain't gonna lie, from 8th grade to 9th grade, bro, like, I started working out with with Melvin over there, and I made a whole transformation, like, flip. Like, I was kind of like chubby, bro, like, and I went to, like, being skinny, bro. Like, I really, like, focused in, honed in. So, like I said, I knew I was behind already. And, like, 9th, 10th grade, bro, like, I'm coming up, like you said, I knew I could have probably went to a different school in the area or different somewhere else and, like played, you know what I'm saying? Especially, like, I was definitely say, like, around, like, 11th grade, for sure. Like, 11th grade year, like, I feel like I was more ready to like be on the field, like just get an opportunity and shit, get my work in. Um, but I definitely like my dad was a pastor, so I definitely was a person who looked at it like, but like I'm gonna stay down, like God got something for me, and out of this situation, it's gonna, I'm gonna win regardless, and I end up winning regardless out of this situation. Like it was a lesson and everything, so I looked at that, and it was so crazy because like man, it was one practice, bro. Like I think it was like 11th grade year, bro, and bro, my nigga like Kylan, bro, he started running back, bro. We had practice, bro. Like I'm sitting on, I'm watching them. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on my group to go, and he come out. He's like, "Why do you still do this?" You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, bro, they folk don't play your ass. Why you still come? And I'm like, I really took a look. I said, bro, like, why do I still come? Like, why? But I realized that it was providing a sense of like discipline in my life at the time, like, or being on the field, like being with my brothers, bro, like, and really like building up something. Like, I knew I was gonna need that, like, in the future, like, just that discipline, like, just of being an athlete and being able to like focus on the goal. And I knew we had something special at the time, so I said like nah, I ain't finna quit. Like I ain't no quitter. So like I ain't just finna stop playing football for sure. So I just stuck it through, you know.
Yes. And I heard you say uh, you got rewarded.
Mm,
As people that know you,
mm,
you signed the class 2017 signed with Rhodes College.
mm.
So what was that decision to go to Rhodes and even play on the collegiate level? And how did it feel even though you wasn't getting the play time that you wanted and still get an opportunity to play on the collegiate level? Because people don't understand how hard it is to get on the collegiate level.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, like that was a blessing, bro. Like, and I ain't getting none of that from like Whitehaven. Like you said, there's a lot of talent in Whitehaven, bro. Like, but none of my recruiting from Rhodes came from Whitehaven, and that's why I say like it was a blessing, bro. Because like you stay down, you constantly put the work in, bro. Like senior year, bro, I went to account. And like it was like after the senior season, after we won state, bro, I went to a camp, bro, like a seniors only camp or something. And bro, just balled out at the camp. Like it was at Whitehaven. Like the shit was just strictly off of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like the blessing of it. Like I can't say like, but somebody gave me some or somebody just threw me a lob and just said like, oh, you a smart kid. Like because I always was about my grades. You know what I'm saying? Like so I made sure like I had A's and B's. Like, I made sure I was smart. So I had the opportunity. Like I had $1 million in scholarships. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure I had the opportunity to like go to school for sure. But like I bought it at that camp, man. Coach pulled me to the side and they offered me right on the spot. Like he was like, I want you to come to Rhodes. Like I feel like you'll be great in our program. You got a, you know what I'm saying, big frame, you got a big build, and like I feel like you'll do great in our program. So like that's just how that happened. And they even worked with me. Like I submitted my stuff, and they was like, man, like we know you can get you more money. Like we get you more money. Like Rose, that shit $60,000 a year, like $65,000 a year. Cause like this is like they call Rose like the Harvard of the South. Cause like this is one of the top premier schools in Memphis, like that you can go to. So
True.
they was like, but like fix a couple things on your, you know what I'm saying, like whatever. Man, I ended up going to Rose for free. Like I ain't paid nothing to go to Rose College. Like I got a great education like for free just because I made sure I got my grades, bro, and I stayed disciplined and stayed to the plan, like for real. So that was a blessing.
Yeah. So man, when you get to Rhodes
Mm-hmm.
in the summer 2017 and the fall 2017, how was that going from Whitehaven to Rhodes College? Both, let's say, both dealing with academics and athletics.
Academics wise, I definitely say it was a whole different level, bro. Like people talk about the environment you create, cause like the people that was there, like the environment that I had around me was nothing but business owners, and I'm coming in this joint as a freshman. Like everybody had their own business, and that just kind of put me in that mindset. Like everybody like going to study hall, like we laughing. That's where, you know what I'm saying, like we spend our time, like we having fun, like studying. Like you got your work, you doing your work, we doing it. Every 30 minutes, maybe we may take a little time, like go to Starbucks, have a quick laugh, but we coming back like on our, you know what I'm saying, on our job. So it provided definitely a different environment for me to just focus on my work, and it was a great education. Um, like coming in, and I feel like that's why I kind of like started doing like some of the things I did. Like I started my clothing brand, like, and I was able to continue DJing at Rose and stuff because like that right there, like that environment I had, like was like key and influential, I would say. Like football wise, like that shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit sucked. We just won state, bro. Like coming to Rose, which was like in the middle of the conference, but like they just didn't have it all the way together. Like we losing games and shit, like getting like Barry College was at the top of our conference, like getting blown out by their ass and shit, like coming back and like realizing, bro, like these are everybody at this school, bro, like they parents rich. You know what I'm saying? Like one like the CEO of H&R Block, his son went to our school and stuff. Like these real like CEO, you know, like kids like going to our school, so they don't really care about this shit. They don't care about losing. You know what I'm saying? Like we cared about losing, like, and they cared about winning on a certain level. You feel me? Like for the integrity of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanted to win, but they didn't want this shit as bad as they breathe. You feel me? Like so we like my sophomore year, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas was coming to practice like drunk. They coming to practice, I swear to God, them folks coming to practice drunk. Like they after the game, like after we do the game and shit, like they going out. Like we lose by 50, coming home, like partying and shit. Like this shit didn't really mean nothing to them like that. And I had to really realize that like this shit didn't mean nothing to them. And also like just being in school, yeah, like going through so many head coaching changes and going through offensive coordinator changes, like that shit changing up the scheme and everything. Like that's another reason why we weren't really doing, I feel like, particularly well, because you constantly changing up the scheme in the conference where like, bro, like we had so much talent, like where we just need to stick to what we were doing, like, you know what I'm saying, at first when we came in.
Yes.
Oh, hey, my name is Matt Roberts, founder of 3819 Business, also director, actor, producer, and writer.
In no addition, the director of athletics at Village Southern University. Home of life.
Hopefully we see you enrolled in spring of 2025. See you then. Go light.
So after the 2018 season, your sophomore year, you decided to lead football team, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Now going back to what you said, dealing with the business and being around people, do you think, because that time you were DJing and then you brought the Coda brand, at the time it was called Gorilla Savage, did that play a key factor of that? Because when you came out, it was a buzz behind it. So after that sophomore year, dealing with the losing, dealing with teammates that didn't really care about winning, it was like, was it like, man, let me just put my time in this, then putting it in the sport?
Yeah, like shit, I always remember with, you know, Coach Sauber already told us, but like it's only a certain percentage that's gonna make it to the league. And it was getting to the time where we constantly losing. I'm like, cuz like I'm not finna make it to the league, cuz like off this shit. Like real spill, like I'd rather spend my time, bro, getting my education and focusing on my education, bro, and being around the people I am, like sometimes it's about the relationships you create. It ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. Like, man, bro, I can be doing this, bro. I can be DJing, bro. I can be doing my clothing brand, like being and getting this knowledge from the people that I'm around, because they done been around their parents. They know what they doing. You know what they talking about. So I can be, man, talk to my guy over here and really get some ideas brewing and get this shit going. So like I definitely like took a step back, especially because they were trying to book me in the city. Like, you know, I was up and coming, like they were trying to book me in the city, and like I'm like, yeah, fool, like I can make some real money and I can do my own thing rather than me just sitting up here coming, like, cause when you in college, bro, like that's a lifestyle. Like football is a lifestyle, bro. You wake up like in the summertime, you don't have no free time. Like, you know, in the week, like you come after you get on class, you go on to meetings. After you go on to meetings, you going to practice. After you going to practice, you going to lift weights. After you lifting weights, you going to the you know what I'm saying, you going to get stretched out and stuff, no diddy. And then you coming home, then you gotta do your stuff. But then, like I said, we're going to a $60,000 a year school. Like, you think that curriculum easy? So after this, it's 11 o'clock at night, and you still gotta write like 2-3 page papers and do your homework and shit. Like, why do all that when I can just X that out, go to class, do my work, and get that done early? Then focus on my mind, like on my brand. I can focus my mind on DJing and get my name out there and building up my personal brand. So that's why I decided to take a step back for sure.
Yes. So when you made that transition, because of the steps you took before with DJing and the clothing brand, do you feel that that transition was easy when you decided to make that decision, or was it still a hard transition after it was over with football?
Um, it was for me. I feel like it was kind of in the middle. Like it was kind of like damn, like I ain't gonna play football no more. Like this what I've been doing for a little minute. Like in middle school, high school, and like I came here for this specific reason. Like damn, what made my decision easier because I went to a D3 school. And this is nothing but academic scholarships. So when I say I went to college for free, I got a free academic scholarship. They couldn't pull that away from me if I decided to stop playing football. Like after I stopped playing football, they couldn't say like, "Oh, we finna pull your scholarship. Now you gotta pay $20,000 to go to school." Nah, academic scholarship, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. So that made my decision like, all right, like you know what I'm saying, you can just stop like for real. But if it was like really about the scholarship, I probably would have stuck it through. You know what I'm saying? Cause like free education is always on my mind. So I definitely that made the transition a little bit easier for me. And like talking to my parents and talking to really just talking to them about that, talking to my dad about that, just saying like, look, like this is what I want to do, and he was like, if you're gonna do it, like go 100. So that's what it was.
Yes. What factors do you think that you took from playing sports, football, that you transferred to your business, just business overall, entrepreneurship, DJing, clothing, everything? What was those key points you can say I got this from football and I put it into this?
Man, I would definitely say, man, you gotta hustle, man. You gotta grind, like that everyday grind, that discipline to like not just want to go half stepping at something and want to just like go full out. Uh, cause when you playing football, like coach can know you going half speed. They can know when you ain't, aggressive enough and doing those 1-on-ones. Like just having to be aggressive and having to put that mindset and like just being a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like this a dog eat dog world. That was one of the things. And working out, that was one of the things that I took from there. Like working out increases a lot of discipline, especially when you're not playing football no more. Like it allows you to focus on doing something to where like you need that focus right there and that mindset to take to the real world and apply that excuse me to your business and to like whatever you're doing. Like you need that focus. So that's something that I definitely say I took from football.
I got you. Man, from hearing what you said and just going through your life and where you're at now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Because of the hardship that you have to deal with football, I feel that it helped you in the world of business. Because in the business world, it's the same thing. You're gonna take losses after loss after loss, and keep you to the point you're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep going until it's time to take one chance to change everything. So for you, what if is that statement true for you because of what you went through football and had to wait your turn or had to be patient? Was that a key point? You always thought in the business where I did it with this, I can do it with this because I know with this I know if I do everything right, the plan will come.
Yeah, for sure. Like it kind of made me look more towards the end goal and not like right now. Like even if things ain't going your way right now, like you always gotta stay patient and stay down. Like life is about runs and stops. It's like a game of basketball. My dad, he coached AU basketball for a long time, like when I was a kid, and he always just told me like basketball is a game of runs and stops. Like and that's true when you talk about life. You know what I'm saying? You talk about life like sometimes you're gonna be inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? But just to build that consistency back up and do that like. For sure, like that's something that I take and I use every day for sure.
I guess. Oh man. This next question here is about your father. Since I known you, your father was a big supporter of you and anything that you did. Sadly, he passed in 2021, correct? How was that loss for you? Mentally, physically, and just being your number one supporter and not having you in your corner no more.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Man, that shit and shit meant everything to me. Like, man, like I still remember that day, like to this day right now. Like, and I'm still processing, how I feel about it. Just because like at that point I moved up, like you gotta take care of your family, take care of your mama, take care of your sister. So like that was my main focus at the time. Like that was my main focus. Like I was DJing at the time. Like and it's crazy. Like my life was on a certain trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Like going up and shit. Like I'm DJing like 4-5 times a week, and like when I had just started my that day, I just came to house. I was just moving back home, like finna move to a different apartment, and just saw him that day. And I was DJing, like I'm DJing, and I had just told my folks, I'm like, bro, like when I'm DJing, like y'all try not to call me because I don't want to miss y'all call, but it's like y'all calling me trying to talk, trying to keep up with me and stuff like that. But I'm DJing like literally like down every day, like 4-5 o'clock in the day, like I'm DJing, like doing it. So man, mama was calling me. She called me back and forth. I'm like, I just told her, don't call me. And then my sister started calling me. She started calling me. I'm like something going on. So she telling me like something happened. So when I hung up the phone, I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. And I told my nigga, I'm like, bro, I need you to don't hop on this, I gotta go. So I went back. And when I was on the way, like, they was like, they were finna take him to the hospital and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So by the time I get there, they was still at the house. I'm like, what's going on? Like, and shit, just seeing that, like, seeing him, like, on the ground like that, like, this shit still fucking my ass to this day. No, I ain't gonna lie. Like, and, like, going through that, like, bro, just, like, them folks tell me, like, bro, you just gotta be strong. Like, be strong for your mama, be strong for your sister and stuff. Like, I feel like that played a major part, like how I grieved and how I went about that in that time. So, like, it definitely played a major part. Like I took a hit, and still learning now, like how to move and navigate. Cause it was at a particular point, like bro, like I'm 21, like you still learning how to be a man. Like as much as you want to say you a man, we got young niggas out here. They swear they men, but like, but you not a man. You know what I'm saying? Like until you really like grow up. So like just not having that father figure no more because I really didn't lean on, nobody else but him. Like shit. If anybody can tell you, like, bro, like, we sat down, we had talks, like, endless about business ideas. Like, he was the person I was coming to. So it was just, like, finding how to navigate that and having those conversations, like, with people like that I trust. Because I know when I came to him, like, he was excited about having the conversation. But sometimes you can talk to somebody and they don't have that same excitement that you have about what you know what I'm saying? So he's like, I like trying to find people who got that same excitement, who focus in that environment, and it just kind of like made me lean on like what he taught me. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things he taught me. So I'm grateful for having them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have their father in their life. So I was grateful to have my father for 21 years, but that definitely I feel like was a particular point in my life where I definitely needed to trust God. It got ugly.
I got you, man. That's a great statement, man. You're a very strong individual. We'll talk. Man, let's get back to it though. Let's get back to let's start with your DJ.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you say, man, I'm gonna be DJ? What turned Jeremy to DJ Smooth? What was that moment? You was like, my God, I think I can do the 1 and 2s. Hey, I think I'm legit. Let me do this.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, like, I was 15, bro, like, and my cousin, shout out Tony, he was playing football at U of M, you know what I'm saying, like, he was lineman, but he was pretty known or whatever, and, like, I was just going over there just because he lived with my brother, so I was just going over there just to, like, chill with my brother and my cousin for the weekend and shit, and, like, not knowing what they had going on, so I go over there, man, these folks having a party. They like, yeah, we need somebody like I'm 15 now. I'm talking about 20-year-olds, like 21-year-olds, whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was like, man, like I'm gonna show you how to do this, whatever. Like, and he pulled up like 2 YouTube pages and shit, mm-hmm. and he had a laptop and he had this little big like passive bass, like passive like speaker and shit hooked up. I'm in the corner, and he like I just got on YouTube and I'm just going back and forth. And it's crazy because one of the ladies who worked at White Haven food was at that party, like in the D building office. She was at that party, bro. Like it's crazy. Cause I'm like, bro, she come at school, she be like, yo, this nigga rock that hoe. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm in the corner, I'm just doing this shit, and party was turned. And the next morning, they like, I ain't gonna lie, for that party was turned. Like you played some good music, and he ended up inviting me back again. Whatever, and I was doing so much. My dad was like, "What you going over there for?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and my cousin was just like, "I ain't gonna lie, like, he's a really good DJ." And my dad took that investment and like bought my first DJ board. But when I got to Rhodes, that's when I was like, I need a DJ name, and I was like, just trying to think about what I can do, think about what I do, and I had just cut my hair off and shit. So like, I was like, yeah, let me like go DJ Smooth. Like this, that's cool. That's cool. It's a cool little name.
Okay, that's the was and DJ Smooth. Man, what? So you could basically say your first big gig was when you did it at 15, or was you in your head because it's a decent college party, or will you say that's not your first?
I ain't gonna lie. For me, my first big gig was like my senior year, like when we was doing like the senior functions and shit, like with my guy like AJ and Thack. Like for me, like personally, when I first started, was like, oh, we doing this house party. I got all my people that I know like from high school in here, and I'm DJing. Like I'm turning them these folks up like for real. Like that's when I first I'm like, oh, like this shit fun. Like this shit fun for sure. My first big gig though, I definitely would say like I feel like to change my trajectory was like when I would start DJing Taco Tuesday, at Brinson's like $2 Tuesday and shit with Cortez and Chris Cross and Two Keys.
Yes. Man, with DJing, man, people think it's so easy. I'm like, oh, you gotta play the music. So can you just describe to them like how DJ going? Because there's so many things, like you gotta know the mood of the party. You might have a set list that you think it. Then when you get to the party, it's a whole different mood. How as a DJ do you find it? How I gotta change this round, put this on together. Because people think it's 1-2, but it's a whole geometry question behind.
Yeah, like I feel like people think it's easy to DJ until you get back there and you like, what the fuck am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? But it takes years to practice and build up, and like from 16 when I got my first board to like me going to college and like playing football. But like one of my roommates, he was a DJ too, so we were just in the room, just DJing in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like building up our craft. We weren't even like DJing nowhere, so it was just like practicing on like, you know, beat matching and practicing on like what to play, like reading the crowd, like looking at the crowd. Sometimes the crowd ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta know when to take requests and when not to take requests. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta know when to talk on the mic, when not to talk on the mic. Cause like in this day and age, they want you to like talk on the mic. So it's like you gotta download music every day. You gotta keep up with the trends. Like it's a lot that go into DJing that people don't think. Like you don't just go up there like just play some music. Like nah, like you gotta know what to play, know your crowd, like know everything for sure.
Yes. With being a DJ, does it feel? Do it bring that excitement as when you was in them pads? Does it bring that same feel? I know most time when we had that transition, we try to find a replacement that has that same kind of feel to it. That gives us our blood rushing. Does DJ do that for you?
Yeah, I feel like DJing like get my blood rushing, especially when I think about like when it's in the middle of the party and everybody turning up, everybody having fun. Like it's about, I feel like, you know, partying is about a release. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to get away, and it's, you know, going to school like Rose and we going so hard at academics. Like these folks really like doubling down in the library and like doing shit. So when they go party, but like them folks go hard.
45% they spend, the 7%. That would be, I think it would be 52.4, plus that was 54.9, plus that would be 57.4. So 57.4 is in Sutton County District area. So then that's
long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own destruction or success. But what is a mistake without the lesson? See, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every man is defined by his reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong.
With me and you know it. Yeah. Look, lot of niggas fail, but I won't. Lot of niggas fold, but I cope. Lot of niggas gone, but I'm home. Lot of niggas off, but I'm on.
Doing this DJ thing, you going up, but at the same time, you in the fashion world. You had Gorilla Savage. Really, that's the first time I ever seen somebody I personally knew that had a clothing line, and it was a good quality. It wasn't no BS or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like over time it got better and better and better. So what was them steps to? Two things. What was how to find a balance with DJ and doing the clothing, and what was your steps of starting the brand?
So, like my dad, he been making shirts in like 2008. You know, he went and got him like a heat press, and he went and did that. He was doing that for our church that we had. So I was always back there in the shop working with him. You know, like I'm back there like weed, and I'm learning stuff like and doing this stuff. So, like I said, when I went to Rose and I found that environment, I'm like she got something she doing, like she got this, and like I ain't gonna lie, like shout out to like Ken Tuggle, shout out to like Carly, bro. Like I feel like them were two like women that I looked up to that like really had their stuff together, like had their business and like had their stuff together. That I looked up, I'm like, yeah, like I want to go the same path that like she going, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like that's too common, like when you come to a situation like a man looking up to a woman, but like these women would like dead focus on their goals. You know what I'm saying? Like what they had going on. So like they pushed me to like think about like I need my own thing. And I'm like, what can I do like that I've been doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been making shirts with my dad like for, you know what I'm saying? It's about time for me to get my own brand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I gotta come up with something. And so I was like, let me come up with my slogan first before I come up with my name. So I was like, head up, chest out, going 100%. That was something that we always talked about, like, no matter what, like we talk about like my football journey and stuff like that, like not being like on the field, like you always gotta keep your head up, you always gotta keep your chest out, believe in who you are, and you always gotta keep going 100%. So that was something that helped me like put that together. And once I put that together, and I was like I'm gonna keep going with this, you know what I'm saying? Like it was real support like on campus that I had, and I had folks like, you know, from back home, like Whitehaven and stuff, that supported me. So that just kind of like propelled me to like keep going and keep finding like different qualities, because I never wanted to provide like poor quality. I've always been like, all right, let me find like the best thing that I can get at the time and put it together. So yeah, that it definitely like put me in the mind space like let me do the best I can, because I got like this, if this take off, like I got folks that can really support my ass, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different.
Yes. So doing two businesses at the same time is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what was some of your like failures during that time that you learned from and it made you better over time? If you have to, if you wanted to share with people.
I think some of my failures was leaning more into one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to find a balance between them both. Like leaning more into DJing at a certain time, or leaning more towards like making my clothes at a certain time. Trying to go headstrong and like in it and like not really talk to like the people around me, like talk to my dad or talk to the people, or like just, you know, doing my research. I feel like that was some of the things that I wish I did better. One feel like, bro, I had like I was like on Etsy, like I had like them slides that I was doing, like making like 2-3K a month, like just off the slides, and that was just the beginning. But like when I feel like just, you know what I'm saying, like not doing my research and not like looking at the details of that, like I had got one of my orders, and instead of like getting express shipping, like I just paid for it real quick. I'm just like, all right, like I'm just pay for it, like all right, I got folks that want to buy them joints, like I'm selling them joints like crazy, and turn around and got ocean shipping on the joint. and ocean shipping like 2-3 months. So it kind of backed me up. So I had to go into like that customer care mode, because like people place orders for something, so I'm having to constantly talk to them and make sure and update them and let them know what's going on. So I feel like that was one of my failures at the time, because like, you know what I'm saying, I was moving too fast, like just like I said, trying to balance both. And like I kind of like fumbled that bag per se type shit. And yeah, like went into that mode. But that taught me a lot about like, you know what I'm saying, like customer care and like caring about your customer and stuff too. Like I definitely had to like get that better at the time.
Man, I just want to tell you this, man. Like, so what Soulja Boy be saying, I'm the first to do a lot of things. Not me, but I'm saying just tell me what he be saying.
Yeah.
But Jeremy, like, bro, DJ Smooth, bro, you can say, like, you the first to do a couple things. You ain't fight nobody away. You did what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And they take a lot of courage. Mm-hmm. They take a lot, because a lot of people can't. We live in a world of followers. Mm-hmm. So, man, what made you that way? Because, man, I know it hasn't been easy. Mm-hmm. It's not been easy, but you always been yourself. How did you stay that way? Man. And staying that way now?
It's crazy, because even when I wanted to follow, like, God didn't allow me to follow. You feel me? Like, even when I wanted to fit in, like, he like, nah, like, that ain't your crowd. Like, even in high school, bro, like, I'm between crowds. Like, I'm just a person that everybody know. Like, he always kept me in the middle. Like, I never was a part of one clique. I never was part of this clique. You know what I'm saying? Like, even there, like, yeah, I'm cool with these folks, but I'm also cool with these folks over here. Like, I will never, like, follow. So, for me, it was just about finding my own path, like, and doing that myself, and realizing, like, bro, like, the position I was in, like, bro, like, it's only me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come out this world like yourself, and you go back by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, bro, you gotta protect yourself, and you also gotta think about yourself at all times. And I feel like some of the struggles, like even like with me cutting my hair off, like, you know, we live in Memphis, fool, like, niggas finna check the shit out your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, real spill, like, you don't check the shit out your ass. And I did this shit when I was 19. You know what I'm saying? So, like, going through that phase, you go through that phase kind of alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, shit, you depressed, you lost your hair. You know how people feel about their hair. You know what I'm saying? But I particularly didn't feel that way, because I ain't gonna lie, I was growing up, I had BDBs. I had, you know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to just, like, keep up with my hair anyway. So it was just like, for me, it wasn't a lot, but then it's like, just going through that phase as a young nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being young, like, doing this shit, like I'm like, all right, fool, like, this is something that helped me, like, push myself to the side and just be like, all right, you got this, you know, so you got this path. Then, like, with me having, like, the business and be DJing, like having all this stuff to do and take care of, like, push me to the side, you know what I'm saying? So, just staying rooted and grounded who I was too, kind of like just pushed me to the side and just said, like, look, you gotta focus and you gotta do this on your own. You can't really just follow this crowd and follow what people doing, bro. Like, you gotta own your own path set for you, like, for real, like. And I feel like it took a lot of, like, listening to God and going to church and just saying, like he'll tell you certain things, and he'll tell you, you know, he'll be like, but, like, this who you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you this type shit. You don't know when you gonna get it, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, me just keeping that in the back of my head, like, I can't get that following y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get that, staying close to him and, like, doing what I need to do for my brand and for myself, for sure. So I just kind of, like, kept that in mind.
Man, I just want him to know that I love him, man. I love my son. I love John, not Lightning. I put so much emphasis on football and him making it and being Lightning that I forgot about John.
Yes, man. Couple more questions, man. If you have to look back, what would you tell your younger self? Just your younger self as an athlete, what would you tell yourself? What you know now, what you would tell yourself, your younger self then?
it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's cool. Like it's gonna be alright. It's all gonna work out. I would definitely say like it's all gonna work out. Like it's gonna be cool. Like maybe I'll tell myself at certain moments, like you know what I'm saying, like put a little bit more effort in, but you're gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying. You're gonna be good. Alright, yeah.
Last question. If you had to give advice to the people that's gonna watch this, more specifically to the athletes that's in that crossroad, some people that's in that transition, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them during that transition to help them?
Man, first of all, like to the younger athletes, man, like I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress this enough. Like I am the walking definition of, bro, like you need to get your grades, bro. You need to stay in school, like for real, because like you'll never know when your time coming, bro. Like when your grades, you gonna have to count on your grades, bro. Like if I would've went to that camp and they offered me, and they would've said like he ain't got his grade, like I had a whole offer, you feel me? Like my time was there. Like if I would never had got my grades, bro, like I would have never been in the position I was in. So I always go get your grades, bro. And like when you crossing over from like being an athlete to not being an athlete no more, bro, like I was definitely saying, bro, like lean on God. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a hard transition when you been that athlete, and I've had people around me who been that guy. They been that guy. But that time comes for everybody, bro. It comes for everybody, bro, and you can't fight it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be better off realizing where you at than keep stringing it along, bro. Like you need to realize and you need to set up like contingency plans, bro. Like football is not the end all be all, bro. You need to set up contingency plans for you when football is no longer gonna be there no more. Everybody say that, but then you don't take it in when somebody say that, like, bro, like you need to go get your grades, because when football don't work out, you still can have that degree, you still can have your grades, you'll still be smart enough to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know what to do in that time period and you lost because football was all you had, then when you come out of playing football or playing like any sport, I would say, like you're gonna be struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely say, bro, like lean on God, but put contingency plans in place for yourself so you won't, you know what I'm saying, like just fall off the map. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen athletes to stop playing football and really like went up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like they put contingency plans and they knew what they could do with themselves.
Yes. Man, thank you again, DJ Smooth, for being part of What I'm Gonna Wear. And that's it.
I appreciate y'all.